We're going live. Preparing
Okay.
to stream.
Oh, Manny's running late.
Oh,
What a
there's
shot.
Lou. Lou is here now.
Just in time.
All right. Let's see. Let's get the show going here.
Manny's running late. What a shocker.
Yeah, what a shocker. All right, here we go.
It's time for Red Salad Review with your hosts, Wayne New, Greg Narlow, and Lou Maddox.
Welcome.
Who did that voiceover?
Me.
That was you.
Yeah.
Cracks me up every time I hear it.
Yeah, that was me. You can't tell by my New York accent.
Now the helium kind of overtakes that.
What'd you like pitch shift that
Yeah,
by
it's
what, like 5
No, I do that with
octaves?
my own voice.
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
Want me to do it? Hold on. No. Yes, of course. I pitch shifted that. Come on.
Yeah.
I can't talk like that.
He needs tons of helium to replicate that.
Yeah, I would need tons of helium. Tonight's show, by the way, is brought to you by Orange Cream Coca-Cola Zero.
Say freaking what?
Yeah, I saw it the other day, and I'm like, let me see what that tastes like.
Well,
What
is it
Mandarin
okay?
orange? What does
Let's
that
see.
say?
Let's see. Hold on. A little bit of orange. I don't really. It's not like overpowering.
Hmm.
It's okay. It's. I don't think I'd buy it again. I'm not a huge Coke fan. It's okay. It doesn't. I don't really taste like a hint of orange, really.
That's it. We lost the sponsor.
Yeah.
I prefer Pepsi.
So do I. I like Pepsi's taste. Coca-Cola seems to have like a very metallic taste to it.
Now I was gonna say acidic, but yeah,
Acidic.
I get what you're
very
saying.
chemically taste.
Yep.
When Eternity Ends, Severed Angel, March 28th. Go to severedangel.bandcamp.com and pre-order the new Severed Angel album.
Wow, I'm trying to show myself in front of it.
This
How
is
does
better.
Greg make it look so? Thanks, Wayne. Oh, there we go.
What'd you do? What happened? How did you do that?
I just changed my video settings to have that as my background because I'm tired of the black curtain.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, but now you're blocking it and nobody can see shit.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just stay that.
Just
stay
stay
like
like
that. Stay
Oh,
put.
forget you guys.
Catman is in the chat. Hello, boys. He says. Hello,
Meow.
Catman.
Evening, Catman.
What's up, Catman?
Yep. Oh, and he even knows you, Stan. He mentioned you by name.
Nice.
There's Wayne, Greg, Stan, and Lou. And welcome back, Stan, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you. Hope you're doing well, Catman, and hope everyone else is doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Next week, I go in for my surgery. So I won't be on for a little while. We'll see what I feel like afterwards. But maybe like a week or two, I'll come back. So
Mm.
I mean,
We'll
you
keep
know,
it
like
going.
I'm sure Greg and I could keep it going, you know.
now this is
with-
my
with
show. I don't
something.
want you doing anything.
Okay, no problem. The only thing is I don't think I could promise I could go live. I would just record it and then
I give
you
you
know.
my information. You can use the account. You can go live if you want to.
Okay, cool. Well,
You guys can take care of the show. I think you.
Yeah,
you,
I think
you
I
can.
still have it written down.
You guys
too.
can. You can figure it out without me.
yeah, I've never gone live with your account before, so just like, you know, tell me what the steps are and I should be okay.
No, I don't even know.
No, you do it on the weekly.
Yeah, and I look confused every time I do it.
You
don't I?
just have to sign in and change the on-screen name to yours. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it'll say Wayne the whole time. But
Yeah.
literally, you just sign in and make in a link. You just click a button.
Very easy. Very easy.
Very nice.
All right. Anybody get anything new this week?
I
Girl
forgot
Scout
to bring it
cookies.
out here, but yes,
Girl
I
Scout-
did actually. I will go grab it.
You will go
I
grab
also
it?
got Girl Scout cookies. However, they're gone.
Well, they don't usually last long. What are you getting done, Wayne? I have diverticulitis, so I'm getting. I think technical term is like colorectal surgery.
It's the same thing Brock Lesnar had, right?
Same thing. Brock Lesnar, and what's his Kenny Omega had it as well. A lot of people have had it. There's a comedian that I don't know if you ever see like the little shorts on like Facebook or Instagram, and he imitates Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Brian Monarch.
It might be his name. I don't know, but he's really, really good at it.
Yeah.
He had it too, and he had to go to emergency surgery. His like exploded, so he had
Dear God.
sepsis and everything. So I thankfully avoided that. I caught it early enough, so we're just hanging in there. What do you got, Greg?
Well, first one, I'm not sure how many of you guys will know him, but Test Press, Steel Fury's, I was about to say first album, but only album, Lesser of Two Evils.
Steel Fury. No idea who they are.
It's funny you say Steel Fury because somebody reminded me of Stone Fury, I think they're called, which is Lenny Wolf of Kingdom Come's first band.
You know what's funny? I was telling my buddy Dan about this album earlier, and he said the same thing. He was
God.
Yeah, I remember them, but I'm like, no, dude, that's Stone Fury. Great album, but totally not the same band.
I remember it was better than Kingdom Come.
Yeah, these guys were from LA, I believe, and they were a thrash band. But yeah, handwritten labels, New Renaissance, Test Press, pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool.
And Alice Cooper's The Last Temptation.
Nice.
European press, which has the comic book done by Neil Gaiman.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Pretty cool stuff. See, Manny shouldn't have been late.
Yeah, he's gonna miss an hour. That's nice. That's really
cool.
Cool.
Wow, Alice Cooper. Oh yeah, Alice Cooper.
That's pretty cool. Actually, I really like this album. I feel like a lot of people don't, but it's pretty good. But Lost in America was a bad choice for the single. There's so many better songs on that album. I mean, I get it because it has a catchy chorus, but yeah.
That's probably all he was going for, a catchy chorus, and hopefully somebody would catch on. But
you know what the crazy thing about 90s rock is that like the songs that are like that were popular on radio in the 90s were more traditionally structured. Like, I like Goo Goo Dolls, A Boy Named Goo. I think that's a good album.
Dizzy the Girl Up I prefer, but those are both good, I think.
Right, of course, but the point I'm saying is like they had traditionally formulaic rock songs, verse chorus, guitar solo, last chorus, and songs like Long Way Down or even Name. I'll recommend that. Or you had Sponge, with Plowed. I like those songs. When bands or even classic bands were releasing more oddballish type songs for their first singles, I just, looking back, it's like I get it, they were trying to be edgy, but it never worked. I don't know. I just don't think you could, even metal bands, like even like, let's say like an Iced Earth, for the most part, traditional. Verse, chorus, guitar solo, chorus. Nothing wrong with that. Just as long as it's a good riff and a good song, you're fine. But I get it. People were trying to be alternative. They were trying to be edgy. I get it. But it didn't always work. I feel bad that it didn't work for Alice because he's a pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there was a couple good songs on that album. I actually like it. It's very dark, heavy sounding actually too.
Yeah, I like the majority of it. I think it's a really good record. Really, I love most of his albums. I even really like Trash, even though it's totally built in an office type setting with Desmond Child and all that. But Hey Stupid was the one that really, really let me down. That is not a good album overall.
I do like Feed My Frankenstein though.
I like Feed My Frankenstein too. It's just, it's not that good of an album.
Understood.
Kind of like the leftovers from Trash almost.
Is Wind Up Toy on that album, or is it on Trash?
Yeah, Wind Up Toy's on that.
All right, I like that one too. That's actually my favorite song.
That's a good song too.
It's a good song.
Hey Stupid itself is a good song. It's just, I mean, well, and we'll get into this when we get to the topic.
I'm glad Manny's not here because it would just go on.
Most albums,
Oh,
or a lot of them in general, have some filler tunes, and generally, Alice's were pretty good for the most part, or at least listenable. And just the writing is bad on a lot of the tunes on Hey Stupid.
By the way, I have to apologize for my outburst last week when Manny was going on a 2-minute tirade with Tony Dio about Alice Cooper, and I yelled at him, "Hey, Manny, I got a great idea. Let's start the effing show." I did apologize to him for that, but he said, no, you were right to do that. I'm like, I was just trying to reel you in. So, I was just,
Had
he,
to be
Yeah,
done.
he would have gone on for another 10 minutes and we would be like, are we going to start this or not?
Oh yeah, that's why I don't want to get too deep into it. Like, yes, it's a good record. Yes, it's a heavy record, but The Last Temptation could be its own episode, honestly, because it's a very interesting album and how it was put together and everything. But yeah, so you're right to stop us.
No, that's fine. I do remember there was a lot of hype on that album when it came out. Sorry, Wayne, what's up?
Are you an Alice Cooper fan, Stan? Or
You know what? I like a bunch of tunes, but I was gonna say that I think like Brutal Planet is like one of the more underrated albums. I remember when I first heard that song, I really, really liked it. It was just like a very modern, very I guess he was just trying to like, stay up to date with whatever's going on at the time.
right?
It was like early 2000s, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
That was 2000.
Dragon Town.
That was 2000, yeah.
2000, 2001. And both of those are really good records. And what's cool about Alice is regardless of what a style he does, he approaches it as Alice for the most part.
Yeah, he always reinvents himself. Yeah.
Yep. So even though it was more modern, it was, Alice doing it his way, and it came out pretty good. But my favorite of that period is Dirty Diamonds, because it kind of balanced the back in the day original Alice Cooper band sound with more modern, and it came out really well. Because the one right before that, Eyes Alice Cooper, it's like, all right, I hear what you're doing here, but it's a little bit of work.
Yeah. Well, I remember Spitfire Records. They released that in 2000. They released Magica from Dio in 2000. At the beginning of the year, they had Astronomica from Crimson Glory. They also had Eric Carr's Rockology. Spitfire was marketing a lot of stuff to college radio at the time. And of all those records that I mentioned, the two more successful ones were the Dio and the Alice Cooper. And people were talking about, I'm like, oh my God, Alice is back with a vengeance. And I think he had Eric Singer on drums at the time. I just really like the way he reestablished himself, with a new album that year. And that was at the height of nu metal, but damn if that didn't bring him back to the forefront. I mean, I think he did a sold out show at Roseland that Halloween behind Brutal Planet. So it did him good. It kept him out there, which is great, and Spitfire was a great label. I'm sad that they're gone.
Yeah, and as good as them albums were that you named there, though, my favorite thing from them that year, they did them badass Twisted Sister reissues with all the bonus tracks.
They did.
And they were actually mastered correctly for CD the first time and sounded good as opposed to the older pressings.
Which is funny because I wish they gave that same attention, time, and love to Crimson Glory's Astronomica record, because as much as I like the songs, I couldn't hear the vocals. And the drums. You didn't
want to hear the vocals on that album.
Well, I like Wade Black's voice. I mean, it works good with Seven Witches.
Not with Crimson Glory.
Well, Midnight was unfortunately still AWOL at that time. So, but
no, I get it, but he was the wrong choice.
All right. Well, I mean, they did right getting Todd Latour at the time before Queensryche took him. They took him. Okay, let's face facts. And but the vocal mix was horrible. The drums, it wasn't even drums, dude. I think it was a rolling kit. How are you going to replace Steve Doc Wacholtz? How are you going to replace him with a freaking electric drum kit?
That was the first Crimson Glory album I heard. Astronomica.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I mean, who,
God.
who produced that crap? Vinnie Vincent? I'm sorry, because he didn't like Bobby Rock's drums in the studio. So that's what I mean by that.
I was so disappointed. When I opened the booklet and you see Steve's picture in there, I'm like, oh, cool, he's in here. Because I didn't hear the music yet. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh man, there's no program. He's not playing this crap.
Yeah.
Garbage.
And I have to say though, as ridiculous as that demand of Vinny's was, that drum sound on that first Vinnie Vincent Invasion album is amazing. I'm glad they recorded them in that hallway. It makes it that much more powerful.
I'll meet you there. You're right. It would have sounded better maybe than with Vinny's production. I'll meet you there.
I got some stuff in the mail today. There's a band that I just showed Stan the other day. It's called Silver Phantom. And the album is called Crimson Cabaret.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, what is that album cover? Like kind of
Voivod.
No. It looks like Kiss.
No, I'm getting
it kind of looks like Ways art for Probot.
I'm sorry.
Sonic Boom.
Yes.
Sonic Boom
it does.
Meets,
it means like Sonic Boom meets Probot. Yeah.
But pretty cool band. Very sounds very familiar. Sound like Ghost. What else would you say, Stan?
I mean, it's like a Merciful Fate light or something.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Speaking of Merciful Fate, and then he's on the.
They're from Denmark.
God, they say you mentioned close to Merciful Fate, same conversation.
Well, they combined them and mixed them.
Talking about Paul Diano's.
And look, Merciful Fate is wearing a Merciful Fate shirt. I wonder where you got that shirt from too. Yeah. I haven't seen that shirt.
I got Witchfinder General, man. Soviet Invasion. You guys just aren't into the new wave.
I got
British
UFO.
heavy metal enough.
No, I'm into Art the Clown.
My hero, my spirit animal, Art the Clown.
I have a UFO on my shirt.
Does
that
He
count?
literally has a UFO.
I literally have.
Are you out there in Albany with those steamed hams? Really? None of you guys watch The Simpsons? Jesus.
I haven't watched that in years. What is
You
that?
know, I just was talking about The Simpsons with my family at dinner tonight because Anna has been burping a lot. So, I was like, Anna, are you drinking soda at school? And she says, no, Daddy, I don't drink soda. So I'm like, okay, cool. And it brought me back. I was laughing about it. I was telling my wife and daughter what for Christmas when I turned 10, I got the Simpsons board game. And it's like Monopoly, where it's like, you have to pick one of the cards. And one of the cards says, have a burping contest. Whoever burps the loudest wins.
Right.
And I didn't know how to fake a burp. And when you're raised with 2 brothers and 3 cousins who live upstairs from you, there's a lot of gas that goes through that house. And I'm not talking just through the pipes. So they taught me how to fake burp for 2 weeks straight. I couldn't stop fake burping. And I had the hiccups like every hour. It was a horrible ordeal. So thank you, Simpsons, for ruining my childhood.
Can you do one now? There you go. Good man.
There you go.
Nice.
Sacrificing that
Oh,
show.
shit.
Yes. Also got this.
I hate you, Wayne Noon.
Wayne Noon strikes again. Hyrax, Faster Than Death, the new album.
Yeah, I'll be faster than death when I fucking clock you in the face. Anyway.
But brand new Hyrax album. Go get it. Really, really good. I was seeking. I haven't opened it yet, but I will. I've heard actually heard most of those songs anyway. So good stuff. Last thing I got in the mail, and I forgot I ordered this thing. Danzig figures.
Oh my god.
Sam Hain.
They'll market anything nowadays.
These look like the old school, like the He-Man one, and it fits with Danzig. It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry. All I hear in my head when I see that is all hell's breaking loose. I can't help it. I'm thinking of a Misfits song.
When I saw it instantly, I thought of the Aqua Teen episode he was on. Running low on the blood front. Listen, you tell that fucking robot to get the fucking blood going at my house, or I'm going to be eating my cereal out of your skull in the morning. You got me, Cup?
I love that episode.
That guy creeps me out. He never wears a shirt.
All right, that's all I got. Manny, did you have something?
No, I've been moving to this new place, so I
Oh,
Step
okay.
out of storage, but I believe Lou last week mentioned his box set, Strangers in the Night.
I did.
So well, somebody did.
I
Well, I'm
did.
giving you credit. Okay. Well, it's pretty damn cool. So
Oh,
I haven't looked at it in a while.
very cool. Very cool. And I assume that we have a good connection over at this house with the internet.
Well, let's not get carried away, Wayne. I still live in town in Compton. Anyway,
I guess
that's
we'll
what we
just
call our neighborhood.
we'll
Wow.
work with what we got. But let's start the show. Today we're doing Bruce Dickinson solo albums, Tattoo Millionaire, Balls to Picasso, Skunk Works. What else we got here? Chemical Wedding. Why don't I have the
Mhm.
other one?
You
Tiny
don't
of
have Accident
Souls?
of Birth?
I do. It's back there somewhere. I forgot it. The Mandrake Project.
Did you just say tyranny?
Tyranny,
No.
Tyranny,
Yeah.
It's Tyranny.
Tyranny,
Yeah,
Tyranny. I don't. I don't pronounce English correctly.
Now, what brought up Bruce Dickinson top 10?
Exact question.
I don't know. I just you know what? I had on my list of things I wanted to do with the show, and one of them was like solo albums. So I like Bruce Dickinson.
I thought it
solo
was
albums a lot.
Stan's idea. Actually, I was going to ask him what made him come up with it and everything.
No, I know
Well-
Stan likes Bruce Dickinson solo stuff, so I said
Yep.
that might be a better choice because he picked Sonata Arctica, and I know you guys really don't know who they are, so I figured Bruce Dickinson, we kind of know who he is. So
I know of them. You know, I heard their cover songs, and I thought that their cover of Still Loving You from the Scorpions was a bit out of whack.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
unfortunately, that kept me from listening to the rest of it. They do a good Halloween, though. I'll give them that.
do a lot of weird covers. They did the Fade to Black cover, Metallica, and that was really weird. I don't know where my Accident of Birth is. I don't see that. there.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Son of a bitch.
Ah,
Ah,
touche.
Oh, here it is.
Never made.
Here it is. I found it. We did a show. I think it was last week, didn't we? Or maybe it was Ralph's show, Accident of Birth. Here we go.
Yeah, must have been right.
I want to see that court jester go into a death match with Art the Clown. That would be great.
Oh, that would be great. Art the Clown wins.
It would be if Art could act, but
He can act. But this is a different show. Okay, let's start. It's already a half hour into the show. We haven't even started the show yet. We're just talking. But we'll do Art the Clown another time. But
Hey, we got 5 listeners, 5
do.
viewers, so that's
5
good.
viewers and Catman still. wins.
Fine. That's the most we've had in months.
No, last week we had 10.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, watch the YouTube view as we're,
oh
as
yeah.
we're doing
Before we
this.
lose any, let's get started.
Yeah. Bruce Dickinson's solo album. When did you guys first hear Bruce Dickinson's solo song? I heard the first one I heard was Balls to Picasso, and I heard Cyclops. Right? That was the first song off that album. I believe. Yes. And I was listening to Dee Snider's radio show at the time because that was he was doing a radio show on Long Island. And he premiered the first song. I'm like, what the hell is this? This doesn't even sound like Iron Maiden. It's very like alternative-ish. And I was like, I don't really like this at all. But I ended up
Right.
buying the album anyway.
You make
But-
no sense whatsoever, but continue.
Balls to Picasso is not really a great album, though.
It's
Funny. It's funny you mentioned that because that was my first exposure, but it wasn't on Dee Snider's WRCN 103.9 show.
Hmm.
It was on 94.3, Q104.3. Sorry, it was Q104.3 when they were still playing hard rock and some metal
Hmm.
on the airwaves, and I heard Cyclops. So I'm glad to say that it was that and not the Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter off of the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 soundtrack.
That was it for me. So
Maiden did it better, though. Would you agree, Greg?
Maiden did do it better.
Okay.
Although he does do glam rock okay on that first album. I mean, it definitely does not have the best tunes on it, but Tattooed Millionaire isn't terrible.
no, a lot of people bash that album, but I think there's some good songs on there.
There are.
There's
about
a
you,
couple good ones. It's what kills it mostly is the production. Seeing Greedy's no surprise.
Yeah.
But it's that's what I was kind of saying earlier about with filler tracks with that Alice album. The filler material is not strong on Tattooed Millionaire, and it gets kind of boring quickly.
What was your first song with Bruce Dickinson solo, Greg?
It was Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter off the
okay,
Nightmare
all right.
soundtrack.
Water, yeah.
What about you, Stan?
Um, I remember some kid in school brought the cassette for Balls to Picasso.
Hmm.
So let me borrow it and stuff. So like, that was my first exposure. That this was like maybe junior high,
All right.
something like that. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It just sounded a little weird. Like I like Tears of the Dragon,
Hmm.
maybe a
Excellent.
couple of other songs, but for the most part, it just felt like such a big departure from what I was used to hearing from Bruce.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's just I didn't fall in love with it at first, but over time, I started to appreciate more of the songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with me. What about you, Manny?
The title track, Tattooed Millionaire, because it was Headbangers Ball was a staple on MTV for a little while. So that was the first track I heard. I did not hear the original Bring Your Daughter to Slaughter till way later. Because that song is so stupid. But anyway,
Do you like the Maiden version?
I do, but it's still stupid. Bring Your Daughter to
I
the
don't
Slaughter.
mind.
Let her go. First of all, why would you bring your daughter to the slaughter? And why would you let her go? You barely want her to go out after 11. You're going to let her go to slaughter? Obviously, Bruce Dickinson did not have any daughters when he wrote that. If he did, he's a
No,
horrible father.
but what he said, and as dumb as it may sound, I have to say, I totally understand and do agree with him. When he came up with it, he was trying to write something that in his mind brought to mind AC/DC. And I have to say, it is very Brian Johnson era AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
could totally see them having a song called Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter during that era.
I could see it being presented and them telling Brian, you're no longer going to write lyrics for AC/DC, thus the Razor's Edge.
Come on, dude. They put out Danger. They don't have much room to talk. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter is not worse than that song at all.
No, Brian, Angus Young and Malcolm Young aren't exactly the Dylan Thomas of the hard rock world.
Well, that's what I'm saying here. Let's not cut on Bruce too much. It ain't that bad.
Yeah, but Bruce Dickinson actually reads these things called book, where
Yes,
I-
however, he was
Yeah.
also very consciously, and that's actually, I'll mention what I find funny about how people regard his solo career in a minute, but he was very consciously trying to move away from what Maiden was doing and had done. So,
which
and
I'm all for, because it's the point of a solo career if you're going to do what you're already doing.
well, that's what I find funny about this. There seem to be two camps, and they're both super divisive. A lot of people seem to either love the fact that the first two were so different. Well, first three, because Skunk Works were so different in a way. The best stuff Bruce ever did. And then you got people that hate that and love the Maiden stuff. Well,
I know what you mean.
not Maiden, I mean, but
Yeah.
Accident of Birth, Chemical Wedding, Tyranny, which is more hard rock, heavy metal, basically.
I don't disagree, Greg, but so I thought that was the whole point of a solo career. Okay, when John Bon Jovi went solo and did Blaze of Glory.
I'm going to
You
stop
didn't
you right
go-
there because Bon
Yeah, you
Jovi
didn't
sucks,
go-
and we're not having that.
I'm just saying, but you didn't go, my God, that sounds nothing like the band Bon Jovi. It sounded exactly like motherfucking Bon Jovi. So what was the point of it doing a solo album?
Yeah, I mean,
it
the
didn't
song,
make any sense.
I mean, Blaze of Glory itself is basically, Wanted Dead or Alive Part 2. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, Beck doing the solo, which
Yeah,
I-
Blaze of Glory as compared to Wanted Dead or Alive, it's like the Roger Corman New Horizons version of Wanted Dead or Alive.
Don't
the same
sully the
thing,
good
but
name of
cheaper.
Roger Corman. Come
my
on.
point is the solo album,
What?
unless your band has called it a day, it should be different. Anyway,
And is
that was-
that the movie where Gene Simmons plays a cross-dresser or an Iranian terrorist?
maybe it was a
Cross-dresser. Yeah.
Okay.
Was that?
They don't-
I just posted that video
Carol.
the other day, didn't I?
No, literally. 2 roles that Gene Simmons played in the 80s. One was a terrorist, and the other one was a homicidal crossdresser.
Yeah.
In fact, the dress that he wore.
Are you sure you weren't just watching the videos for the Asylum album?
You never saw that, Greg?
I could be, but
I've seen it, but I'm saying, you know, when he's interviewed about that movie, it's like, whatever, dude. I saw how you dressed during the Asylum tour. Just shut up.
No, but he actually wore the same dress that Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, wore in a television performance of I Was Made for Loving You, where she was being serenaded by 4 guys in kiss makeup.
I've seen that video. She does Bad Company.
That makes Welcome to My Nightmare look like Swan Lake on Broadway. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, but Linda Carter.
Nightmare is brilliant, though.
No, Linda Carter's a gorgeous woman. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, you know, everyone's first Wonder Woman.
I love Alice, but Alice would not look good like Linda Carter did in that dress. Speaking of which,
this is a completely different discussion for another episode. Okay.
And by the way, you know, pronouns, gentlemen, it's not cross-dresser, it's transgender, for fuck's sake. All right, next.
All right. Okay. First off, it came out in 86, 87. That's what they referred to it as. I'm keeping it legit. Fuck
I
that
just
piece of
put
shit.
I just put a quarter on the edge of my table here. Call somebody who gives a fuck.
Thank you, Greg. Anyways, moving right along.
Number one, you have cell phones now, so why would I need a fucking quarter? Anyway, go on. Next.
I mean, you might be Adam Levine. You
with
need a payphone.
With your connection the way it is, they might want an extra quarter or two from you.
I'm not giving those sons of bitches nothing. Anyway.
He's on a payphone. Sorry.
I was trying to find that video, but I can't find it
No.
now.
We'll get copyright stricken.
I don't care anymore.
You know what's cool about 70s cop shows? I got to pull over. I've got to call headquarters, and it would find a payphone. Anyway, what does that have to do with Bruce Dickinson's solo career?
Nothing.
Everything. Continue.
All right. Well, I guess let our guest go first. We're doing one song around, or we're doing all 10.
Or we can talk a little bit more about the albums if we want to.
All right, cool. Go ahead, Wayne.
Tattoo Millionaire. I actually do like this album. Who are you talking to?
Oh, go ahead. I said I'm a little drunk.
Why are you taking notes? Why aren't you using your phone and using your notepad?
Because I'm using my phone to look at your mugs. Anyway, plus I'm hammered. Now go ahead. I was at the bar.
Tattoo Millionaire. I do actually like this album, and it also features Yannick Gers. How you pronounce it?
Yannick
Gers.
Yeah,
he's Polish. Respect.
Is he really?
Yes.
Really?
But not a cross-dresser though. Anyway,
no, he's not.
All right, drop the cross-dresser.
Although they might be. I don't know.
Nah, they're all right. Go ahead, Wayne.
But some really good stuff on here. Tattoo Millionaire, born in 58. I really like. Gypsy Road, I think is pretty cool. I even like All the Young Dudes. I know Greg's gonna hate that, but I do like
I'm with Greg. That sucks.
I don't mind it now, but when I first heard it, I absolutely hated it. It just but it's not bad. He does an okay job. It's just it's different.
Yeah, it's a little different. I like the sound of it too. It's just, it's got that 80s type sound, but I think it's very well put together the way he covered it. And if you got the bonus track version, it comes with a bunch of bonus tracks on here. Really cool thing. I don't know if this is still available anymore, is it?
It is available for streaming.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah, they did them.
Born in 58 is the only one I remember liking.
Yeah.
What is it?
I was saying Born in 58 is the only song I remember liking.
For me, that's the best song on the record.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is the concert that he did in LA that is available for viewing on YouTube. The songs actually come off better live than they do on record.
Mm-hmm. Never heard
of it. Yeah. Honestly, the production's not too good on the record.
I like it. I think it fits, especially with the time that it came out too. I don't know. I like it.
Well, that was a problem with a lot of that then, though. With a lot of these more, God, I hate the fact they call this AOR, but It's more late 80s glam type stuff. It's all too bright and too loud, and it saturates together. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not clean. It's tinny and it's annoying. And if it didn't sound like that, it would sound a lot better. But ultimately, it's an average record. There's like 4 good songs on it. The rest of it, eh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think he did. I think he did good for himself. And reading interviews with him over the years and knowing his likes and all that, it's not really that jarring knowing that. Like, I feel people give him way too much crap about this because even though it's different, it fits in with his likes and he sings it well. It's not total over the top. Hey, Lee Jeans paid for most of this bullshit, like Diano's first solo album.
Mm.
That's awful.
Oy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a disappointment. I mean, that's like AOR to like the nth degree, and it's just, I think he said he just did it because he just wanted to try something different.
Yeah,
But between that and Gog Magog, oh, thank God you did Battlezone right afterwards, Paul. Rest in peace.
I like.
Is that Nomad? Are you talking about Nomad?
That was later on.
Oh,
That was like 26 years later.
Oh.
No, it's called Diano. It's from '84, and well, it's funny because they're all dressed in this denim that looks like they pulled it right out of the Lee Jeans catalog for '84. But
I mean, Canadian tuxedo
it's arena rock to like the nth degree. I mean, it's more pop than it is rock, really. It just didn't work well with his voice.
If it was arena rock, I would have liked it a little better. It was pablum.
Yeah, Battlezone was just so much better.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the
here's the
Ah!
there it is. Oh, you got it too. Okay.
Bomber jackets and mullets abound.
I do like one song off of it. Heart User wasn't bad, but
Well, that's the one song they didn't run too.
Yeah. Well, that's also like, when you hear that Bad English song on the radio, it's like, yeah, it's written well, but
Hey, so this is for the guest. So this is what Greg was talking about, is the back cover and the front cover. And if you read it here, it says here, the band's outfit kindly supplied by Wrangler from their spring 1984 range.
You know,
it was Lee, but no, it was Wrangler.
The band Mama's Boys from Northern Ireland, they were sponsored by Lee Jeans at one point.
Wow. Really?
And then you know what made them? What made Lee say, "That's it, you're dropped"? One of them wore Wrangler pants.
What's interesting is there's the DVD, and you can watch it online of that.
The Camden Theater.
Show.
Show.
But he's dressed up in like Iron Maiden type stuff he used to wear, playing this kind of music.
It didn't work.
And if you look at these guys, they look like guys that got beat up a lot in school. Right here. Especially
they look like your uncle with the Trans Am that is super into Loverboy.
Yeah. This guy.
Well, I'm sure a lot of our uncles back then were in the Trans Am and super into Loverboy.
But see,
but what I mean is, they try to come hang out with you, which I like Loverboy, the first 2 or 3 records, I'll admit it, but I mean, like the uncle that had all that and then would come hang out with you, talk about what he likes, so heavy, and takes off your Judas Priest tape and throws on, God, what is the name? Keep It Up.
You know what? I hear that and I think of only one thing: groomer. Anyways, moving right along.
This guy right here had to join the band.
Hang on. What in the hell makes you think of a dog groomer?
Wrong groomer.
Whatever.
Bill has gone off the rails already, gentlemen.
Black Spinner Circle said the Blue Jean Committee. And that is Andy from Black Spinner Circle podcast on YouTube.
Hey, Andy, what's up? Thanks for buying a copy of Skyward. Sorry, I sent you a second one for free.
Yeah, give one to your friend. All right. Anybody else want to talk about a tattooed millionaire? We done with that one? Good. All right. Good.
I had nothing to say about it.
Balls to Picasso.
Well,
Another one.
actually, I will. That was my number 5, and I
Oh.
like it because it's pop metalish, and I think
We're
it's
not
not-
doing albums. We're doing our 10
no, I
favorite.
just a song.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing a top 10 songs because I've had too much alcohol. But number 5 is Tattoo.
All right. We should have did that. We should have did the top albums or whatever.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
look, guys. I was at the bar. That's what took me
Shocking.
so long.
Had no idea you would.
I know.
How early do you hit the bar?
Well, I was meeting a friend, but then I
It opens
saw,
at 11. I'm sure he just they weren't opened.
Listen, guys. Anyway.
Sorry,
Tattooed
Wayne,
Millionaire is
anyway.
my number 5. Right? Not doing a
Tattooed
top
millionaire.
10.
You're
Go.
number 5. You're number 5. Tattooed millionaire.
Number 5.
Just
yeah.
want to make sure you said that. Okay.
No, I
Balls-
just make it sure. All right, go ahead.
Balls to Picasso. We mentioned this earlier. Hearing it on D. Snyder's show, and yeah, it's totally different. It's different from Tattooed Millionaire, and it's nothing I would have expected him to do. It's very modern sounding, but it really grew on me after a lot of listens. I listened to it once, didn't like it, and then I went back to it like a couple years later, and then I really enjoyed Cyclops. That song I heard, the first song. Hell No, Gods of War is really cool. 1,000 Points of Light is really good. The slow song Change of Heart's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot All the Clowns is the most stupidest song I've ever heard in my entire life.
So that it started off life, which a big reason why I don't like this is you can definitely tell in the songs, and I think you guys are nuts. But the record company would come up to Bruce and say, "We want you to write a song like this," and Punching the Clown or whatever it's called. They said, "We want you to do a song that sounds like Aerosmith,"
Oh, yeah, I could hear
and
it.
that's how a lot of this was written. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I can hear that. And I love Sacred Cowboys. That's the second to last song. And Tears of the Dragon, the best song on this entire album.
did you mention Laughing in the Hiding Bush?
Did I let? No, I did not. That wasn't one of my favorites.
Okay.
You like that song, apparently.
Yes, I do.
All right, no, it's okay. It's all right. You can like what you like. I won't kick
Yeah.
you off the show.
I mean, I love any song about Harley Quinn. Oh, sorry, wrong Bush. Anyways, go continue.
Oh,
It's a good album. You know, there's a lot of really good songs on here. It's funny
It's
though,
a
like
version
shoot all the.
best.
No, it's funny though. That
Yeah.
Shoot All the Clowns is like the worst song, but yet there's a extended remix version on the bonus tracks,
If you could have taken up for the first time.
and then there's a 7-inch remix. So there's 2 remixes of that song on here, which we did
Yeah,
not-
because it feels like 7 inches going in the rectum. Anyways, continue.
no, let's not talk about rectums.
sorry, Wade. Sorry.
But it's already bad enough when you brought up cross dressers. Anyway.
Oh, get off it. Anyways, continue.
Well, what do you guys feel about Balls to Picasso? I kind of talk
I'll go
about.
last.
I mean, Change of Heart, I absolutely love. Sacred Cowboys and Tears of the Dragon. Those are the highlights for me.
What about you, Lou?
I love Cyclops when I first heard it. I still love it to this day. Change of Heart, although not in my top 10, it's actually my honorable mention. That was a song originally
Yeah.
written by Roy Z with Rob Rock, who was an original member of Impellitteri. And their version of the song, I like it better than Bruce's. Rob just sings it better, but it's still a good song. And Laughing in the Hiding Bush, I mean, the lyrics make no freaking sense, but goddamn, do I love that riff. And like, the odd thing about the album is, and not even that it's odd, but he had the band Tribe of Gypsies, who would continue on with the albums after Skunkworks. So there's definitely like a Latino type fusion to the hard rock, but for me it works. So I thought it was a great attempt at doing something completely different than what everyone else was doing. And when I was 13 and this album first came out, I wanted it to sound like Maiden. So my expectations were high. They weren't met, but what I got out of it was better than what I was expecting. So as his first official solo album after leaving Maiden, I was very happy with it.
Cool.
What about you, Manny?
I like the album. I like alternative rock or whatever the hell they called it back then. So I didn't think it was quite alternative rock, but it was definitely going in a modern rock direction of that era for sure. I think lyrically it's very strong, and I like the album a lot. And I like the fact that it was very different from what he was doing in Iron Maiden. And I actually like the production.
I think
Greg,
it sounds
did you
really
say
good.
you didn't like? Yeah, Greg, were you the one who said you didn't like the production on this one, or was that another one?
No, that was Tattooed Millionaire.
Yeah, Tattooed Millionaire sounds dated. I like it, but does it just me or does it sound dated already?
Well, it sounds
And-
more than dated. It's just a bad recording. The instruments saturate each other. It's too friggin' loud. That's just not a well-produced album.
Yeah, I don't. I like the fact that he did something different there too, but I used to like Tattooed Millionaire a lot. Now I rarely listen to it. But Balls to Picasso, great album.
You want anything
That
else,
was
Greg?
Hmm?
Add anything else, Greg?
Yeah,
It's-
you're next.
It's definitely his worst solo album as far as I'm concerned. And yes, it does sound different from Maiden, but I feel like this was a knee-jerk reaction by the company, partially in him, to say, oh, you're going to do stuff more in the hard rock vein. And that's my problem with this. The writing on the majority of the tracks is very, very weak and contrived. You can tell somebody set it up and, oh, you're going to do a song that sounds like this. You're going to do a song that sounds like that. His lyrics are pretty much always amazing, but most of this stuff, there's just no heart in it. It's not unlistenable, but like I said, it's average at best. The max this could possibly get from anybody should be 3 stars. But Tears of the Dragon is an amazing song. That's one of the best solo songs he ever did. And Cyclops is okay. What the hell is that other one that you guys mentioned it?
Laughing in the Hiding Bush.
No, not that.
Change of
War?
Heart?
Cowboys.
Yeah, Change of Heart. Change of Heart. Yeah. Change of Heart and
Shoot all the dragons, the clowns. See, I want to see all the dragons.
No,
because
I hate that. So, well, I said punching the clown, which is a reference to masturbation. So I don't feel too bad. Yeah.
Punching the Clown would be a better title, but go ahead.
And actually, dude, I wish you would do a solo album called Punching the Clown. That would be amazing.
Have a picture of Steve Harris going poof.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Greg, I can understand what you're saying. I mean, I'm willing to admit I'm biased, probably because I just think Roy Z is a better guitarist that for Bruce than I thought Yannick was solo.
I think the band here is awesome, and he's way better than Yannick. And there are interesting pieces like the the more Latin vibe you were talking about. The problem is there's too much interference outside of Tears, the Dragon and Heart, and that other tune we mentioned. It just it doesn't sound organic. It doesn't flow right. And that's why I was like, yeah, it's not bad, but it's average at best. And, especially compared to as much of a departure as it was, and it's pretty much completely alternative. Yeah, okay. Some of it sounds like Bruce Dickinson singing for the Spin Doctors, but it is a really good album overall. And his voice fit it well, and Skunk Works is great. And then you go into Adrian coming back and having, 2 real strong writers and collaborators with Dickinson into Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding. And you can't sit there and tell me Balls to Picasso is close to any of those albums.
Oh, no, not even close.
No.
No, that's the whole different.
And that's what
thing.
I mean. I don't hate it. I wouldn't say don't buy it, but it's definitely the weakest out of this whole set. There's no question about it.
I think for those reasons alone, that's why Bruce got dropped from Mercury, and I don't even think he toured the States for it. So
I saw him actually in Tampa, but he didn't play a show. He did a promo radio show tour, and he played outside of USF, like a 3-song acoustic set. Of course, Tears of the Dragon was pretty cool. and there were a lot of people there, but he did 3 songs and split. You know what's interesting? I did not know, Greg. I think you kind of alluded to it, that he had begun recording the album producer Keith Olsen, and he apparently abandoned the project. He was unsatisfied. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Seems to be a running theme with Keith Olsen.
Yeah. I mean, well, wasn't that the issue with Whitesnake?
Well, that's the one band that kept him. The band that fired him was Rot.
What did he record? Oh,
Reach for the Sky.
guy. Well, Bew Hill was the perfect producer for that, but that's another show.
Stan, what about you?
You said it already.
Yeah, I already talked about it.
Yeah.
But
That's why I segued into Skunk Works. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
yeah.
As usual.
Are we actually doing the top 10 songs?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, we will do it.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the
Okay.
fuck?
All right,
Wayne?
we'll go through this quick. All right. Well, because you know what, I know Black Spinner Circle, Andy, he does not really know too much of the Bruce Dickinson solo album, so I'm trying to just like show people that maybe haven't heard these because they like Maiden so much they don't want to listen to these. But I think you should because there are some really good albums.
And you got all the digipacks, all the special
I
edition
did.
ones,
I had
Wayne.
all the
That's
originals,
awesome.
and then when these came out, I was like, why am I going to keep those? I'm getting these more songs. Skunk Works. We have Skunk Works here, and you mentioned this with Greg. This one's very alternative sounding. It's even more alternative sounding than this one. This one's very alternative,
More grungy.
more grungy. Yep.
Yeah.
And but there's again a lot of really good songs in here, and I like it a lot. Space Race, Back from the Edge, Inertia is my favorite off of here. Inner I think Inner Space. There's a bunch of songs on here that's really good. What do you guys feel about this album? That just kind
You know,
of
I here's the thing, like Bruce is fearless, and I love that about him. Like he's open to trying all kinds of new things, and but something about Skunk Works is just, I feel like his voice just doesn't gel with the music well.
right.
It's weird. It's like, you have like this operatic voice singing grungy songs. It's just, I don't know, it just sounds a little strange. It's not bad. It just doesn't resonate with me. So like for me, that's like, it's better than Tattooed Millionaire, but it's still at the bottom,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And it's funny too because Michael Kiske, when he left Halloween, he went and did his own solo albums too, and it's kind of followed the same patterns as Bruce Dickinson did, where his solo albums didn't fit his voice. It was kind of like the same alternative type music, and him with his operatic voice, it just doesn't work. Which I don't know if that's just because we're used to hearing him, like and Bruce in Maiden and Halloween and stuff like that. That we're used to hearing that type of music and not used to hearing him in an alternative. That's probably
it was 1996. I think both singers are trying to deviate from the norm of what's expected of them. You can't fault them for trying.
No, I give him a lot of credit. I mean, like, Bruce is more open-minded than anybody in Maiden. So he's just, he'll just do whatever as long as it sounds good to him, so like, so like I give him a lot of credit for trying. It's just, I don't know, it just didn't click with me.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Anybody else? Lou? Manny?
I mean, I know that this was Bruce's attempt at trying to be like Soundgarden, and he admitted that in around the time for the interviews. And you know what? I love this record. I'm not gonna lie, because when I think back to 1996, I think of some of the bands that I did like from that period. The Typo Negative being at the top of the heap for me. That was when Pantera had Great Southern Trendkill. But I know, Greg, I respect that. But you also had Stabbing Westward with Wither, Blister, Burn, and Peel. You had Tool with Anima, and it was a very eclectic time for hard rock bands or alternative metal bands. And I think
one of the best, Kiss, Carnival of Souls.
But that came out in 97 officially on CD.
True.
I'm talking 96.
Whatever.
But I do love Carnival of Souls without a doubt.
Take a year, doesn't matter.
But I think Skunk Works holds up with that stuff. And there's a funny B-side on the album. I'm in a band with an Italian drummer.
Yeah.
I do think that's pretty funny. It shows Bruce's cheekiness and Speaking of cheek, say,
It's showing a
forgot
lot.
us to say. It's a good album. Next,
Manny.
I like Skunk Works at the time. It did get a lot of promotion. I didn't get it for years after it was
It did.
released, but
Mm.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I read it was supposed to be a band called
Right.
Skunk Works.
Skunk Works.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah. But my album says Bruce Dickinson's Skunk Works, so I don't know if that's labeled into Prince or
That's how it was labeled. It was always that way, but the band's supposed to be called Skunk Works.
Yeah, the
Well,
label wouldn't release any of his music under another name, only his.
Yep.
So
yeah,
Yeah, they
and
said there is no way.
at the time that was Castle Records who
Oh.
had Halloween on their label, and they're the ones that did the Maiden reissues. By the way,
Yep.
that was also the same lineup that he toured Sarajevo with, and
Oh,
that's
that
a great documentary.
documentary. That's the
Very
same
good.
band.
Same band, yeah.
I like it. It's definitely. I agree with our guest here that I like the fact that he's fearless. I like the fact that he's trying to do something that fits that era, but at the same time remain true to himself. The problem with it, even if it was the greatest album of all time, there are no bigger snobs in the world of music than alternative rock fans. And unfortunately, because these Bruce Dickinson have hired me, they weren't going to accept it for that kind of music. And I hate saying that, but sometimes those guys are the biggest elitist snobs that ever were, instead of just focusing on the music. But I don't know. I thought if it had gotten promoted or if he got a tour with the Soundgarden, I don't think it would have gone platinum, but it definitely would have sold well. And I think the alternative rock press would probably liked it more. Actually, probably would have even done better as Skunk Works then under Bruce Dickinson. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, that was it.
I regret not seeing him at CBGB when he played. He actually played there on for this tour. So,
Oh wow, that would have been cool actually.
And yes, Black Spinner
Oh,
Circle.
wait.
You have to check out the alternative rock one. If you like that stuff, you'll like it. I like them.
it's an acquired taste, Andy, but you'll like it. It's good.
I think
What's
so.
that? Skunk Works?
Skunk
Yeah.
Works, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great record. I will say though, when I very first heard it, much like Stan had said, I didn't feel his voice fit at first. It took me a couple listens before it clicked. But he's very brilliantly written. You know, he did a good job with it. And one thing I will also say about it is everyone that likes to blame Maiden's progressive stuff on Steve Harris, listen to this album.
Yeah.
Bruce has some input too. Yeah.
Mhm.
But one thing I will say that's cool about that also leads up into the next albums and then the reunion with Maiden. I think him and Adrian kind of needed this time apart, and then they got back together and started honing this stuff. And then when they both came back to Maiden, and made it a stronger band overall.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
they do some real experimenting here on both this album and the next few. That well, not that Adrian plays on this one, but
No, but Adrian
Actually,
plays on Accident.
was Roy even on Skunk Works?
No,
No.
none of the
Okay,
Try to
so-
Gypsies were involved at all with Skunk Works. And then after Skunk Works, none of them were involved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't
well.
remember honestly before we started talking about this the other day. I had so many albums and CDs, and when I
By
saw
the way,
it a lot
you
of
didn't
years
see
ago,
the Skunk Works? I just looked it up. Did you see who produced it? Wayne, you've got it.
Jack Endino.
yeah,
It was
that's what
Jack
I was
Endino,
getting
yeah.
to.
Yeah,
I
it's not-
haven't.
Who I want to
haven't
say
owned
produced the
these
Goo Goo
records in
Dolls.
over 10 years. Yeah. No, Bleach by Nirvana.
Produced it.
Jack Endino. did.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lou's right. He produced the Goo Goo Dolls, he produced Mudhoney, Melvins.
So
I
Bruce
think-
really went all out on this.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he also engineered the first Soundgarden. What's that thing called? FOP or whatever, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screaming
Sub
Life
Pop
was the
guy.
first.
Sub Pop.
Screaming Life was the first DP. FOP was the second.
well, I don't remember if he engineered or maybe he wasn't involved in those, but he was a Sub Pop go-to producer at that time. You remember that label?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I just looked it up when Greg was talking, so I hadn't thought about this album, and I thought, who did produce it? I can't believe I
Back
didn't
from the
realize
yeah.
it.
Back from the Edge had a great video that was done very well too.
Mhm.
That's the song I can remember the name of.
Never even saw the video. But we're just gonna lump these two just to save some time. Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding. Adrian Smith, gets back with Bruce Dickinson, which leads him to go back to Maiden. Same with Bruce too. Two really, really good albums. I like Accident of Birth though. If we're doing a top 10 show and I wanted to pick like one album with 10 songs, it would be this one. I think this is my favorite.
Bruce this is where the magic happens,
This is
where it starts,
Exactly. This is what you wanted to hear when Bruce was doing solo.
That's the best album he was on outside of Maiden, and I don't just mean solo. I mean Samson. Everything else he's been involved in. Accident of Birth is the best.
The best. This one's good too, but it's just a little bit of a step down. I like the sound. I think it's
shut the fuck up.
It's good. It's good, but it's not as good as this.
It's not good. It's
good.
It's a masterpiece.
I think
this
more
is a masterpiece. This is almost a masterpiece.
I think I'm more prone to Chemical Wedding only because I heard it first.
I'm more prone to Chemical Wedding because I'm a William Blake fan, and he adapted William Blake's story.
Not taking anything away from Accident of Birth.
And I. All right.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Hey, I'm not like Eddie Trunk telling you why you're wrong, though, Greg. I mean, come on.
But no, Chemical Wedding's a really good record.
It's good. It's good. It's just not this. Accident of Birth.
Both excellent, but
and
yes, is the work of art. Anyway,
yes, Road to Hell, Man of Sorrows. Everybody knows those songs from this, but one that never gets talked about that I do want to mention because this one was so good. It sticks out, even though I haven't heard most of these in 8 years or so. Omega.
Omega. I knew you were going to say that.
Dude, that is
it's beautiful, right?
Yeah. And the live album that came out. Oh, sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
You know what Omega and then Accident at Birth and especially the Chemical Wedding kind of remind me of? These are more of a logical follow-up to Seventh Son of a Seventh Son than No Prayer for the Dying or Fear of the Dark could ever be.
I never thought about it that way, but
seriously, listen to Omega and think about that, though. But
I'm saying you're not wrong.
No, I know. I'm just saying, listen to that song specifically, even if you don't do the whole album with that in mind.
The live album that came out after Chemical Wedding, Scream for Me Brazil, was amazing. Probably one of his best performances captured on record.
Yes, they did that on DVD, didn't they?
Yeah, but it was released on a CD as well. The only thing that they omitted from it were the Maiden covers.
Yeah.
The CD doesn't have the Maiden covers.
Really? It didn't have The Prisoner on it? I thought it still had the
That's Skunkworks.
That's
how many songs did he do live? Anyone?
2 or 3.
Yeah, he didn't do very many of them.
I thought he was doing like the Robert Plant thing where the first few tours Robert Plant wouldn't do Led Zeppelin. I thought he did that as his whole solo career. That's interesting.
No, it was Power Slave and I want to say Flight of Icarus. I could be wrong, but
yeah, it was definitely Flight of Icarus. Power Slave is the one I couldn't remember, but
okay,
Icarus, The Prisoner, and Power Slave. Yeah,
and Tyranny of Souls. But I said Tyranny earlier because when he sings the song Tyranny of Souls, he says Tyranny of Souls.
Darn Brits.
Yeah, well, he's British. We're American, which is basically the world. So.
Yeah, we're not on schedule with the UK.
We're not going there, Greg.
You gotta admit, though, that was a good one-liner.
It's a good album, but it's not as good as those other two. And Adrian Smith isn't on this one either. But there's some really cool songs in here. Kill Devil Hill, Soul Intruders.
I really like the acoustic track on this.
Souls.
Navigate the Seas of the Sun.
Yes, that's a really good one too.
That's it. I love that too.
Yeah, me too.
Anybody else?
No.
Any other thoughts on that album? No. Manny?
Well, it kind of bypassed me because didn't he record that after he returned to Maiden, right?
Yeah, like way after this came out in
Correct.
2005. I can't fucking read.
2005, 2004. Yeah.
2005. Yeah.
To me,
I
that
haven't
was his
that forever.
culmination of how he had said he always wanted to do a physical graffiti. And
Hmm.
that's why I really like that album a lot. Is his soul's really into that, man. He got really into making that record. Not that he doesn't always perform well, but there's a lot of feeling in Tyranny. I'm sure Stan knows what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that there's a bonus track called Eternal. It's very like Pink Floydy. And it doesn't really seem to fit the rest of the album. I guess that's why it's the bonus track, but it's really cool. It's very interesting. It's just like another example of Bruce kind of venturing out and just trying something else, trying something different, and succeeding because it's a great song. But, it's also like one of the more underrated songs from his catalog.
Yeah. And speaking of Bruce trying something
yeah.
different, the Mandrake Project.
All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this album, right?
What?
I like it. I like the songs, but I absolutely hate the production, the mixing. It just sounds
production.
like it's a muddy mess. It sounds like a bunch of like demo recordings.
It sounds like demo recordings, and they never went back and re-recorded them.
I mean, you're Bruce fucking Dickinson. You have like a big budget to work with. Like, can't you just invest?
You would think so.
I don't know. I mean, I don't
Bruce,
get
there's
it.
a great producer out of Brooklyn. His name is Alex Rapetti. Look him up, alexrapetti.com.
He could have done a better job. I mean, I don't
He
get
would
it.
have done a
Like,
better job.
How do you go from like Accident of Birth and like Chemical Wedding to like Mandrake? And it just sounds like it was all done on
Because it was
on
a tyranny of
laptop.
souls. That's why.
Well, he's been working on this album for
No,
years.
actually,
It's
no,
old.
no, Lou. What it was Tyranny and then a mutation.
I see what you
Because
did
Dr.
there.
Dust became the sale.
Don't be swindled.
You were saying, Wayne?
Yeah.
I think that he was so focused on the graphic novel and possible film and all that I think he lost focus on the production of it. I don't think he spent as much
Production
time on
and the writing, I think.
Yeah, because I think it was more focused on whatever the story the Mandrake. And don't ask me what the hell the story is, because I have no fucking clue. But I think it was more focused on that more than. Plus, he's been busy with Iron Maiden. I don't know when you have time to.
Sure.
I mean, if you think about it,
like it
Severius
says,
is just project.
like it says in
No,
the
he
book, this is 10 years in the making. This album, so he's been working on this for a very long time.
Yeah,
And
but when they say 10 years in the making, he hasn't been in the studio 10 years.
Right.
It means he worked on it
for 10
2 weeks.
He didn't work on it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's been working on this for a
And
very
then
long
he
time.
worked on it another day, another 2 weeks, and then 10 years later he goes, "Hey, I've got 10 songs. Let's throw this out there."
No, I don't think that's the case. I just think that maybe it took him so long to get a new album out. I think he just wanted to get these songs done and out.
Let's put this into perspective too here. Manny likes QR3.
Yeah.
You're not letting that go, are you?
I do like QR3. I don't
No, because of the song he brought up when we were talking about it. He mentions Twilight Hotel, which is one of my most hated tunes of all songs.
No, hey, man. If
You couldn't say the wild and the young, for Christ's sake.
If I outlive you, Greg, besides the fact I'll probably get hammered at your funeral, I'm playing Twilight Hotel as they lower you to the ground. Just letting you know. You better outlive.
It's funny. Isn't this the second time around in Bruce's career that he mentioned the Mandrake? I think Moonchild off Seven Son was the first time.
Wait, was it Moonchild or was
it was?
Yeah, it was
Mandrake Screams.
Yeah. So apparently a Mandrake is a root of a plant where apparently you have to be really careful about the way you pull the root out, because if you hear it scream, it's sudden death for the person who picks it out. So I'm just like, I don't get it. Maybe there's a deeper meaning to it. I have to look it up.
Merciful Fate has a Mandrake song.
Yes, they do.
Diamond is a mandrake. If you hear his music, no.
Yeah. and Guy too.
Oh.
They have a album called the Mandrake.
The other thing is that the drumming, apparently it's a session drummer they used,
Yeah.
but it's like the most boring ass fucking drum parts
It
I
just
have
sounds like a drum
ever
machine.
heard.
Sounds like a drum machine. It just sounds like this
It
is.
sounds like a drum machine. There's
lay down the
nothing
basics of
interesting
the
happening.
right.
I mean, like this guy was just like falling asleep while playing this shit or something.
It does sound like that, and that's what's unfortunate because there are really good songs on this album. It's just-
Sonata, really nice.
Yeah.
You know, I like, you know, Shadow of the Gods. What's the
Even
one with the fucking bongos and shit? Resurrection Man.
Yeah, I don't remember.
At the Copa.
But even the song that they released for the
Do
single,
you know
After Call
what?
of
I bet
Ragnarok,
he
was
would
really
sound
good.
great singing that song.
I don't want him hearing him sing that.
No, that would rock. And go
Right? Wouldn't it, man?
Copacabana.
But I do get used to when I listen to the album. Like I don't like it at first, but then as I listen to it, I get used to the production of it because the whole album sounds like that. So you get used to it after a while. But maybe at some point he'll remix it. I don't know. I doubt it, but
I guess you guys expected better from Roy Z's production.
yeah, it's not good.
Maybe was it deliberately maybe to sound like Way? Obviously, I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what the.
I mean, he's got Roy Z costs a lot of money, so it's not like
Yeah, but they're
again,
all friends too.
yeah, it's just might be Bruce just wanting to do something different again. You know,
I
sounded different. So don't
I
know.
think the problem is that everything is produced for streaming, and Wayne, Stan, you know, the three of us know this because we've worked on music that is streamed now. It's compressed to no end. So and so that's the problem. If you're not mastering it for CD or vinyl enjoyment, if you're fighting with the loudness war from recording, it's going to come off like crap on streaming because it's only going to sound more compressed because you're trying to take volumes that are in the red, no pun intended, and trying to balance it out so that it sounds good. You know,
that's not the case with this. It sounds like shit on the CD too.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It sounds the same no matter where you listen to it. Obviously,
that's a
if
shame.
you got a lower quality streaming service, then yeah, it's going to sound a little shitty. But it just sounds the same wherever you listen.
Adrian is definitely missed.
He's definitely missed. Yes, ever since he's left,
they could have really used him. You know,
he's too busy with Richie Kotzen right now.
He's too busy fishing and with Iron Maiden, so we can't.
And Kotzen Smith or Smith
Actually,
Kotzen.
I like Kotzen Smith stuff. I kind of enjoy that.
I did too. I really wish I wasn't totally wasted at that show and could remember it. Because I remember going there, buying my first White Russian, and that's it.
That vodka sure is a bitch.
All right.
Oh, he's talking about the vodka?
Yeah. Did you think he picked up a White Russian?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I thought he saw.
That's what I thought he did.
Well, I did one time at the long. Well, I'll tell you these.
Surprise,
Hey, Joe,
surprise.
well, I'm old now. I slowed down. Now it's only 2 or 3 a week. But did I say that out loud?
Was her name
great.
Lola?
I hope not. But you know, a mouth is a mouth. Anyway, guys.
Jeez.
All right. Top 10 songs. Stan, give us your top 10.
Are we taking turns or?
We'll just do top 10 because we're at 9:30, so we're gonna have.
All right. So
Yeah, I'm gonna get off.
counting down, I'm going with Taking the Queen.
Okay.
Then I'm going to Road to Hell.
Okay.
Wait, actually, yeah. Taking the Queen, Road to Hell. Then Navigate the Seas of the Sun at number 8. Chemical Wedding, number 7. The Tower in number 6. Ark of Space, number 5. Jerusalem at number 4. Dark Side of Aquarius, number 3. Book of Thel, number 2. And Tears of the Dragon, the quintessential Bruce song at number 1. This was really hard, by the way, because like he's got so many good songs, and
Yeah.
like this was like, you know, I got some honorable mentions: Kill Devil Hill, Devil on a Hog, Many Doors to Hell, Change of Heart. You know, I have, you know, just as many honorable mentions as I do like the best
Yeah.
best
I made a playlist and there's 38 songs altogether that I liked from all the albums. So it's hard to pick 10. But that's a good list of 10 songs. Good list. What about you, Lou?
Countdown from 10 to 1. Dive, just because I remember hearing it on the radio after Cyclops and I enjoyed it and I still like it to this day. I do love Afterglow of Ragnarok, so I'm gonna put that up there. I'm gonna go Laughing in the Hiding Bush.
What a shocker.
Thank you. What the hell did I do to you? The Tower, King and Crimson, Cyclops, Space Race, Road to Hell. That's 9 so far, right?
I'm not counting.
Yeah.
Sure.
9.
And my favorite Bruce, I did say Space Race and Back from the Edge. So, and my favorite song from Bruce, Killing Floor.
Nice.
Very good. Man, you didn't make a list. Top what did you make a list?
Yeah, top 5.
Top
All
10.
right. So my
Supposed to be
favorite
top
song
10.
by Bruce.
All right.
Born to Run. Bruce Dickinson.
Thunder
You
Road,
meant
yeah.
Dick-
Spirit on the Night.
Badlands.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's the way. Never mind.
I
That's
love
how the
it.
White Russian sounded. Anyway, number 5.
And he yells at me for
Dude.
saying crossdresser.
My God, yeah, dude, you got to get it right, man. You
Oh,
want us
fuck
to get
that.
a
Move
strike?
on.
All right, Tattooed Millionaire is number 5. Number 4 is Killing Floor. Number 3, Trumpets of Jericho, Man of Sorrow, and Tears of the Dragon. Oh. What am I going to do with my Bruce Springsteen now? Damn it. Anyway,
I can think of something.
Shove it up your ass. Greg.
Wow.
that
eh?
one did not make the list.
Uh,
And you were talking like a cross-dresser according to the rules. Anyway, go ahead.
I didn't make a list because honestly, I didn't really have the time to listen to these other than when I threw it on my hard drive on shuffle earlier.
Well, out of all the albums
number
mentioned,
one
which
then,
is your
Brett?
favorite?
Yeah, what's your number 1?
Accident of Birth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like that. I will say though, Tears of the Dragon would be my number 1 for songs. That's just
Yeah,
the
that song's
perfect
real
Bruce
good.
solo song. Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you heard the extended version?
I have. Yep.
Yeah. Do you like that one too?
I
have
do.
not.
The
I
extended
prefer
version's
the
really good.
original, but I mean, the extended version's great in its own right.
Yeah, it's complete. It's a little different. It's got like a reggae type sound to it in some parts. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, me too. No, it was neat how they switched it up like that, and it still works really good for the song.
No, definitely. I got a top 10, but I didn't put it in order, so I'm just gonna list songs. Kill Devil Hill, Chemical Wedding, The Tower, Road to Hell, Inertia, Gods of War, Tears of a Dragon, Born in '58, Afterglow of Ragnarok, and Accident of Birth. That would probably be my favorite one, I think. Accident of Birth.
Nice.
See, but
Love the chorus.
between the 4 of you, you picked the 10 songs I would anyway, so it works.
So there you go. There you go. See, at least we're we have a common what I don't know, fucking
Common ground.
With Bruce Dickinson's solo albums, because usually me and you don't like a lot of the same stuff.
Not usually, no.
So I'm very shocked that we both like Accident of Birth so much.
Now I just got to get you to listen to SOB,
SOB. Okay.
the band behind me. Don't be
Yeah, I
swindled.
figured it. That's
Japanese
right.
grindcore.
Oh, well, I'm not listening to that.
Yes, you are.
I want to.
The broken English alone is amazing.
Oh no, I can't take that.
Well, gentlemen, my phone's about to die, and I got to get another beer. So anyway, thank you very much.
Get another beer.
All right.
I do.
Go get some sleeves and we'll talk to you later.
I can't. I sold them so I could get some beer. All right, bye.
All right, later.
Well, this is fun. I really wanted to talk about Bruce Dickinson solo.
Tell
album
me
for
you're
quite
from
a while.
Florida without telling me you're from Florida. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Wayne.
right?
What?
I said this was fun because I wanted to do Bruce Dickinson's solo albums for quite a while. So I'm glad we finally did it. Next we'll have to do Blaze Bailey.
I just wanted to
I'd rather do
mention that
Gianno's before Blaze.
Oh, okay.
the best of CD has
Yeah.
got like those two new songs like Broken and Silver Wings. Silver Wings sounds like Aces High Part 2. It's pretty cool. That's a
Interesting.
pretty
I
cool
think I have
song.
that.
And Broken just sounds like a modern rock tune. They're both really cool and they're both in my honorable mentions. Um yeah, again, like this was really tough for me, so because I just love most of this stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
got some really good songs and then really good solo albums, which a lot of people I think just don't check out because of the Iron Maiden thing. But I really think you should really check it out.
dude,
I
this is
know.
the stuff that people wish Maiden did. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, wish they would,
Well, I don't know if I
change it
go
up a
that
little.
far,
Well,
but
change it up a little bit because every Maiden.
I'm-
If James was here, he would actually. I
I
think
know
James would
he
actually
always
like.
says that, and so many people say that, and I think it is such bullshit because it's Steve Harris's bass sound. It doesn't mean everything
No, it
because there's
just happens.
plenty of differences.
Right.
That is a completely
I
other.
yep, totally
all
agree.
right, I'm not gonna upset Greg, like I know
What?
I'm not gonna say anything else.
It's okay. Upset him. I want to get on. All right, but this is fun. Stan, thanks for coming
Yeah.
and joining us again. This was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
anytime, man.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
becoming
anytime.
a
That's
part of regular
fun.
of the show. So
Awesome.
you're more than welcome to come back whenever you want.
Thank you, sir.
And Lou Mabs is gone.
He
guess-
just wanted us to know that the album's coming out soon.
That's what.
No, my internet went down. So
Okay.
Okay.
What's going on, Lou? Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, did I not bring it down here? I don't think I brought it down here.
All right. Well, no offense, but we're done. I'll catch
Yeah,
you
we're
guys
done.
later.
All right,
This
get
is
outta
a
here.
here's
big one.
Greg.
I really gotta go to bed.
All right, go to the bathroom.
I got to pass.
Oh, I didn't bring it down here, but anyway, you know
Bring
I'm
what
talking
down?
about. The little postcards.
Oh yeah. So must bring this up because I already released a reel about it. But many of you are asking the members of Severed Angel to sign your CDs. Well, bad news
Bastards.
and good news. The bad news is we can't. Okay. 2 of us live in Suffolk County. 1 of us lives in Nassau. 1 of us lives in Brooklyn. And the other one lives in the boonies of Pennsylvania. We can't get together that easily to sign copies of the album for you. So we figured the good news is that we made an idea that, okay, we will print autographed postcards. Well, we printed the postcards and then we each autographed them with Sharpie. So it is our legitimate autographs on there. So you can either purchase them solo on our Bandcamp, severedangel.bandcamp.com. We also have bundle packs where you could order a CD with the autograph. We even have another bundle where you can buy all 3 CDs with the autograph postcard for a bundle. So go to severedangels.bandcamp.com and you can order them from there. Wayne, I'm assuming Mark delivered you the
Yes, that's why I thought I
I'm
brought them
disappearing.
down.
What do I have here? I have Skyward. At
You have
least.
Skyward.
Yeah, we still don't have copies yet from the label for When Eternity Ends, but Wayne did the layout for the record and it looks great.
I did not do that layout.
You didn't do that.
No, that's why
layout.
it looks good. No, that was
When are
not
those
my-
videos coming out?
I mean, No Life to Metal has actually been really awesome with us. Like, everything has really, for the most part, 95% of the band has been do it yourself, whether it comes to our production, our mixing, our mastering, our recording, our videos, our social media. We do everything ourselves. But it looks like the campaign for the CD is doing very well with the with the ad campaign on Facebook and Instagram. Looks like it's hopefully turning some heads. We got 2 more weeks till the album's release, so we'll continue to push it. And No Life to Mellow has been pushing it to different areas, and we're hoping to get some interviews soon after the album's release. It's probably I know some radio stations are already playing some songs. I think 2 weeks in a row now we've been played on Zombie Ritual Radio. So thank you, Evil Scott, for always supporting us. And the other question I've been asked is, are we going to do any gigs? No, for the same reason we can't get together, because we live in different states. It's just difficult. And 3 of us have kids under the age of 10. Okay, we're not
one?
deadbeat dads.
Not even one?
It's impossible. I'll
It
explain
is.
to you
We
later.
need more practice than people think we do.
Yeah. And we got another video that's premiering the week before the video's release,
Yeah.
directed by Stan and edited by Wayne for Cry Out to the World. And we have another video coming out a month after that. Right? I'm assuming it's coming out a month after Cry Out to the World.
I don't know. It could be a week.
Wait, you
I
already
don't know.
released the first video?
We already did release the first video.
Okay. Okay, I missed that. All right.
Yeah, Through the Eyes of Time. And thank you to Power Metal Ranger for your great review of our song. Sorry you didn't like everything about it, but we're glad that you liked what you liked out of it.
Yeah, I think when he hears the whole album, he'll understand some of the things that he did.
I hope so. I mean, hey, look, he's got to understand we're making music for ourselves. We hope other people like it, but we got to please ourselves first.
Yeah.
And also, too, I wanted to add, whoever buys any CD off of Bandcamp from Severed Angel, you're getting a copy. Hold on. Oh, I don't have it here. But you're gonna get a copy of my Project Resurrect CD because I have so many of them. You're getting it for free. So if you buy it, severedangel.bandcamp.com, you buy anything, you're getting one of those for free too. All right.
I think that sounds like a great idea. And honestly, if it wasn't for Project Resurrect, there would be no Severed Angel.
Probably
and
not.
if it wasn't for Stan, there wouldn't be either of that because Alex mixed and mastered Project Resurrect. Then you heard Alex's solo material, and Severed Angel formed shortly after that.
That's right. And even if you have that CD already, just give it to a friend, okay? I don't care. I want to get rid of them because that band's done. I don't think that band's coming back. So
and we do have new merch, new T-shirts available of the Severed Angel T-shirt, which again Wayne designed that, did a great job of it. We're a DIY band, and it's like every time you support us by buying a CD or buying it from a Bandcamp or buying our merch, it goes back into the band and it helps us cover, our website. It helps cover social media. It helps cover everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't make a living from this. Name me a band who does. Don't, because only the heritage bands make a living if they do. So,
Yep. Oh,
we do music because it's our passion.
Right.
And you do it well.
Which, by the way, Wayne, I'm happy to say I started thinking up riffs for album number 5.
Well, all right, cool. All right, we'll get worked on that as soon as I get out of my surgery.
Take care of yourself first.
And,
we got you. Don't worry.
I got a lot of stuff going on. I still got to record a new Absalon album. I'm in the middle of that. And then we're going to work on Severed Angel. Anything with you, Stan? What's going on? And me and Stan are kind of working on something too, right, Stan?
Me too with Stan. You first.
Oh, man. No, we're all kind of involved with that too.
Well, we're all involved in the same thing.
Are we?
Yeah, unfortunately.
We are.
The doom metal thing?
The doom metal thing. And, of course, we need your help because, why not, right? You're a pretty damn good guitar player. So.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, yeah. So
thank you.
We could definitely use a helping hand. A helping hand. I know you're like in 10 other projects or something like that.
I'm really not. It's
no, not anymore.
It never was. I mean, I don't
Really?
consider cover bands projects. That's what I do to make extra beer money.
Okay. So yeah, and I'm still working on some stuff, and I mean, it's only been less than a week that I brought that idea up to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll change it by next week.
And I already have a bunch of riffs going on. So whatever I sent to Wayne, he liked. So
far.
So that's promising, because Wayne's pretty, he's pretty critical.
I'm pretty critical. And we also do have another thing coming out, Lou, with Bobby Lucas.
Yeah. Many of us are still saddened by the loss of Paul Di'Anno. And I think I mentioned Killers is my all-time favorite Iron Maiden album. So I'm really proud that we're going to be covering a song from that album.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Which one?
Can't wait till it's done. Well, you'll find out when it gets released.
All right.
But yeah, he's going to finish the vocals on Friday, and then we'll hear it, and then get that mixed and ready to go. And that'll be out soon.
I got one other thing going on. Okay, other than that, Severed Angel, When Eternity Ends, March 28th. Go to our Bandcamp, go to Amazon, go to Target. It's there.
Yeah, no life till metalrecords.com, severedangel.bandcamp.com, target.com, bestbuy.com, amazon.com. It's probably even on eBay. So many places. Just look up Severed Angel.
You can
when you're
find
turning
direct
on.
links on our link tree, linktr.ee/Severed Angel.
They're all there. Even
And-
Japan and Europe, it's all going to be there.
Konnichiwa, Japan. Domo arigato. And also, I'm playing Friday night at Rudy's Bar and Grill in Patchogue with my cover band 90 Below.
Mhm.
So if anyone's free, come down, check it out.
Very cool.
They
This
got great
Friday?
wings. Yes, this Friday.
Okay.
Dude, it's all the way out in Patchogue. I don't
You'll
know
go.
if you'd be willing to go out there.
We'll go.
Maybe if it's like an hour and a half, I could do it. You know,
Yeah, I can't drive you back home to Brooklyn, though. I'll be
fine,
exhausted.
fine, whatever.
All right. Let's end the show. Thanks everybody watching. We had about 10 people watching at one point. So I really appreciate that. And the show keeps growing, growing, and growing. And it's all because of you people. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks, Black Spinner Circle. Thanks, Catman, and whoever else.
Thank you,
didn't-
Catman. You know, Catman is always on. Like I
He
always
is.
know this guy.
He's always on.
He's always
Yeah, man's a
tuning in.
cool cat, man.
Yep,
Yep.
that's a cool cat.
So thank you guys, and thanks for whoever watched the show. Please join the chat more often, and because we like the chats, we repeat what you say in the chat. So we like
Yeah,
to get
say hello,
everybody
talk
involved.
shit. You know,
That's right. Tell us.
Just let us know you're there.
Let us know what you don't like about Stan. Should Stan be on the show
Right.
ever again, or is this it? Let us know. Let us know.
I
in the
love having
comments.
Stan on the show. I miss James like hell, but I love having
I don't
Stan
miss
on the
James. I'm
show.
glad he's not on. All right.
Stop it.
but
Will you
everybody,
stop?
everybody, have a good night, and I'll see you when I see you. Until then.
All right.
Until then, chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.